Hello, welcome to Iron Chariot 61. Okay, so we are going to play the War of Resistance as Nationalist China. So actually, I've played this campaign before and I complete this in my own time. So I managed to finally liberate mainland China from the Japanese control. So yeah, I can show you the progress. So initially it was like that. Yeah, so I started in the 1939. I started in the 1939 scenario. So this was when the most part of the eastern part of China, the eastern and central part of China, they were under like the Japanese control. So you have to, your capital has moved to Chongqing. Where's Chongqing? Chongqing should be around here. Yeah, Chongqing. So you have to resist the Japanese, like what they did in the historical times. So I did a lot of things. So I was able to liberate Wuhan. Okay. So I managed to defend like Changsha. So I slowly take back all the territories. I recapture Nanshan. I think Wuhan changed a few times. I have to recapture Wuhan again. So let me see. Eventually I reached Nanjing. I liberated Nanjing. Yeah. So it took me a long time to... Okay, so recapture Nanjing. I think at this time the Japanese troops we outnumbered the Japanese troops. So then we finally liberated mainland China. So yes, this is the end results. So now I want to play again. I'll start a new game all over again. Just to have the fun. So we start in the 1939 scenario. So okay. So we are going to play as China again. Nationalist China under Chiang Kai-shek. Let's see whether we can do it better. So defensive war penalty, stability. So we are going to play as... So we have the defensive war penalty stability modifier, which is plus 40%. So we have the defensive war penalty stability modifier, which is plus 40%. What does it mean? So that means we are fighting a defensive war, and the stability modifier is plus 40%. So so we will remain, I guess, as we fight a defensive war, our stability won't be affected a lot. I think that's what it means. Our stability. So army corruption means our mobilization speed is very bad. It's low. Our division attack is also low. Our division defense also low. So we have to do some... Our focus tree has to be geared towards removing all these debuffers. So army corruption, low inflation. Our factory output is -5. So there's a 9-power treaty. So we still labor under the effects of the unequal treaty that formalized the open door policy toward China. So the foreigners still have the extra territorial rights and we are not in full control of our economy. So our goal is to keep the Japanese out and create a modern, powerful like Chinese Republic. So we are going to fulfill the vision of Sun Yat-sen and really modify Sun Yat-sen and unify the country under Sun Yat-sen vision of democracy. I mean, the Chinese version of democracy, not the Western way. Because even though like Chiang Kai-shek was supported by the US and the British, he had a very authoritarian streak towards like governing the country. So he's not the version of democracy is different from the one from what the Western power want. I think people call him quite fascist. He was a bit fascist, I guess. But yeah, I think the ideology is more of like nationalist China or what. So it's not really fascist, but it's more of a nationalist. I don't know about the details. This one you have to read out on your own. So for too long, the Westerners have dictated how we conduct our business within our own borders. So we have to renegotiate the Western Treaty. We invite the Flying Tiger, we invite the friends in America to organize a volunteer group of pilots and bought a number of modern planes to support us. We just need to say so. Okay, then we also have to conduct this war of resistance. We are not yet strong enough to carry the war to the Japanese. We must resist the invaders until such time that we can go on attack again. Okay, so select this country. Let's play on regular, don't need to play on veteran. Regular is just nice. Veteran, I have completed on veteran difficulty before. Elite not really, veteran I can complete. But let's have fun instead. So don't need to have all this debuff. You want extra challenge you can, but I mean just if you want to play for fun then there's no point doing this. You can even like do all the custom gear, but I think there's no point. Just have fun. I just want to enjoy just follow the historical like the path of the Chinese war of resistance against the Japanese. Then let's start. Okay, so we need to change our music. So let's see our audio. Audio is allied speeches. Okay, turn off the communists. Okay, this should be just nice. Let's turn off the might of the Soviet Union, Comintern, the Great Patriotic War. Let's turn off all the unrelated music. Operation Barbarossa, the Royal Air Force. Okay. Main Team Allies, Heart of Man. Morning of D-Day also turn off. End of Day, so Krakow turn off, Luftwaffe turn off. Bring forth the test. Axis Team, we can turn off. We can sort of turn on, but never mind. The Black Sea turn off, London in Flames turn, Operation Compass turn, LR turn off. Arsenal Democracy, yeah, we can turn on. It's alright. War of Resistance, Battle, all this we definitely need. Peace of our time, all this turn off, okay. Arsenal Democracy. A warning to Japan, the guns are silent. We shout and fund a beach victory parade. Let's do the Day of Infamy. I want to hear the D-Day. I've written or MacArthur one. Okay, I want to hear the matter. Victory parade, this one, okay. War of Germany, turn off. Peace of in our time, we can turn on. Blood Toy, this is Churchill. Let's listen to the radio. The finest our Arsenal Democracy. History show that there are no invisible army. The Battle of Wuhan. Yeah, I think this should be good enough. Lie. Okay. So, what we have to do is organize our army. So we have this, and this. And maybe turn off, okay. Create a new army. So this army will be like the first army. Alright, let's choose an interesting icon. First army, yes, correct. First army. So we are going to give him a suitable general. Mainly defense. Okay, we give this general who have the he has the what is that called, the infantry officer. So that means that the experience factor will be 100%. Okay, let's save first. I love to always save. So War of Resistance Part 1. Okay, sorry, let me save again. Part 1. Okay, sorry. War of Resistance Part 1. Save. Okay. So this is the North China. I'll put Central China. Actually, this is rather Central China because the northern part of China has been taken over by the Japanese. Also, one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to set this because I hate when the AI just reshuffle the division around. So let's make it more organized. This one should go to this. This one, okay. This one, I want you to come over here. This one will be part of another army. Okay. So organization is important. Yeah, it's a bit boring to do this, but I think I'll say you need a bit of like how do I put it? Patience ah. Okay, create a new army. Okay. Okay. So this will be our second army. The second army we will give someone like okay, attack +1 plus brilliant. Okay. So this our cavalry. For cavalry we are going to retreat back. We are going to create a reserve force. So I don't want them to be at the front line. Because I want to use them for operation exploitation. So we're going to exploit and when we do our counter offensive, we can sort of exploit any gaps that the enemy have. So this one will be in charge of defending this land. This one will be in charge of defending this land. So meanwhile, our allies, Communist China, would under the AI control will defend this part. So the Japanese. So this is. So we have more troops here. It takes time for us to organize. Well, we can organize as. So this one will be our reserve force. We'll defend Chanter. So historically speaking, the Japanese keep trying to take Changsha and Chanter because they are very important launching because they are important launching point for further offensive into the capital Chongqing. So yeah. So we have to protect the interior very well. So this one, okay, this army. Okay, so we have a new army here. So all these still are part of Central China. Okay, this army I'll call it the third army. The army will be this general is politically connected. Leader experience gain is -10. Promotion cost is -50. Let's choose him. What is his attribute again? Promotion cost is -50. So you can promote him fast, but he will gain leader experience slow. He has political connection. So he may not be the most competent. So the third army will be. Let me save. Okay, so this third army will be responsible for defending this area. Between this river and this river. And the goal is also to defend Changsha. So we will assign area of responsibility to each army. We do in a very organized manner. Okay, this army will has. Okay, this army will 22 division. This one will be the 4th army. 4th army under Ku Chuton. So he's a career officer, so promotion cost will be fast. So he'll be responsible for defending this area. So the Japanese has capture the port. Okay, this one, for all these, we can maybe assign. Okay, let's do another theater. We call it the Eastern ports. So their goal is to recapture the port here. The port here. Okay. So this one will be our core. If you know what's a core is like a core is basically a group of division together. So because we don't have any core commander here, we are not going to assign any general because there's no core commander here. All these are in charge of army level organization. So we'll just give them this core symbol lah. So core we will choose this symbol, but we will put maybe like orange in color. So I'll call it like the first core. First core. So this is the first core. And we have the second core here. So second core is to like retake Guangzhou. And this one I'll call it the fifth core. No, third core. Okay. Okay, now so this one will try to retake Hainan, basically the Hainan. We put him under here also. So this is another of our core. So this one also defend Nanning. Okay, so now we retreat. Our cavalry force will retreat. So everyone here. So we create a new data is the Chinese interior. I call this the Chinese interior. We call it the North Chinese Desert. So these are the North Chinese Desert. So should we put them on army level? Yeah, we put them on army level. So this will be the 5th army. Okay, 5th army. So 5th army will form a general defensive line around here. Their goal is not to engage the enemy. Okay, so let me save. So we have a rough plan. Okay, now okay, you can see all the railroad. So the railroad is important for supplying your army. So where's our supply? So this is our supply hub in Hainan. So how the rail supply system works that the railroad the trains will bring supply to the supply hub. Then from the supply hub, basically you can choose horse or truck to give supplies to the nearby units. So the further your units are away from the supply hub, the less supply they get. That's why you have to increase the motorization level from horse to truck level. Yeah, so all this will cost a lot of trucks. You have to. There's this thing called logistic fulfillment. So you will need how many trucks, how many trains. All this is part of the supply system. So currently, you can see the Japanese has. You see our supply cut is cut off because the railway connection here is cut off because the Japanese has taken a portion of our railway. They have captured Wuhan. So if we liberate this region, Wuhan and this all, then we have the full control of the railway system here. But currently this supply hub is not working because of that. There's no connection from the capital. Our capital is Chongqing. So you see, where's the Chongqing? Yeah, it's here. Okay, then. Alright. So now, oh yeah, I forget that if I'm not wrong, every city every city itself is a supply hub, if I'm not wrong. So every city itself, so this one, no, where's the city? Yeah, I believe every city is a supply hub by itself. Port is also a form of supply hub. Yeah, port is also for supply hub. So for port, you can see port also provides supply. This kind of thing I need to study a bit more. I'm not very sure. Okay, so now we can see for the 4th army, not the 4th. Okay, we need to assign an overall commander, overall the army group of Central China. So we need an army group of Central China. So we give this field marshal, which has the defensive doctrine plus 30%. So we have some command power. So defensive organization first, that means reinforcement rate is higher. Charisma, so division recovery rate also high. So army organization, we make him an army morale specialist. Okay, me army morale specialist. So our command point is less right now. Okay, let me save. Okay, so now I can see we are okay. So now this region of Kuaishan is still under our control, because as long as we hold this mountain province, the Japanese won't have control of the supply system here. So supply from the hubs in Huainan. So, but the thing is, I can see that we are in danger of getting cut off from here, because the enemy can just go through this gap and cut off. So, but we still need to station troops inside here, because this is an important supply hub. So maybe we don't put too many troops in this region. We also need a division to defend this airbase. We cannot give the Japanese the airbase. We cannot give them airbase. If not, they can operate their plane with impunity. So what I can do is maybe I can retreat some forces. Maybe I retreat back to here. So I don't want too many divisions to be concentrated here. If not, if we get cut off, a lot of our division will be surrounded. So we are going to make sure they cannot cut us off. So this one, we're going to spread out. Okay. We're going to spread out our forces here. Okay. So make sure they can't cut us off. Okay, so this one, what we do is we will move over here and cut off this division. So we'll move over here and cut off this division. Okay, then now the Japanese is probably preparing an offensive. So our supply here is pretty low. So okay, this one is this here. So a lot of this is in low supply. So we need to move some division to this area where they can get better supply. So we cannot have too many division here. So maybe we'll move some division to here. Maybe to here. Because all the supply here is very low. Okay, everyone move to the supplies. We have to improve the supply situation. Okay, so now we need to find ways to remove our corruption. So our war support is high, our stability is high. So what should we do? Okay, so now they're attacking us. Okay, what we can do is, now he's attacking here, I'm going to hold my ground. At the same time, this one can come and take Guangzhou. So this one will come and take Guangzhou. Then this one will come down here, so that this one won't come and reinforce. And because I will reinforce, so we are gonna block this division from crossing the river into Guangzhou region. That's what we'll do. Okay, then we're gonna isolate the troops here. So this one, okay, what can we do? Okay, this one we'll do something very simple. We will let this marine attack us and slowly push towards this direction. So this one can come in and take the region here. So I'll cut this division off entirely. So we are going to do that. That's what we are going to do. We are going to do this. So just let this division do their job. So, okay, then this one also same. We have to find a way to take Fuzhou. Maybe we can retreat it further. So if this one chase this division, I can come in and take this port, so I can cut this division off entirely. Okay, so everyone has to retreat. This one is okay. If you look at the enemy division, we look at the concentration. Is it possible to attack? Since the organization is low. Yeah, take advantage of the low organization, then we attack. This one also can do the same. Take advantage of the enemy low organization, then we can take this portion of the railway. Yeah, see? Then we'll try to push the enemy out. So we are going to distract them. Okay, then... Okay, then what should we do? This one will last for a day. Then what should we do next? Okay, let's see our focus tree. We need to remove the army corruption. Or we can... Army corruption is an issue. Where's the way how to remove the army corruption? Okay. United Front. Financial policy. Where's the army corruption? Democracy. Let me try the 5 first. Okay, Nationalist. 45 Shanghai. There are a lot of interesting focus tree that I really like. Where's the army corruption? No. This is strange. Foreign threat, prioritize the interior. If I... Never mind, let's forget about the thing. Okay, we can... Incompetent worker. See, the penalty is so bad. I think it's probably here you have to do this. The army reform. Ah. So this one will remove the army corruption. So we need to have more than 99.0 army experience. So then we can remove the... We need to save out all of army experience. Then we can remove the stupid corruption. So we also need to do the lesson of war. Yeah, then we can... We need 200 experience. Then we can... Yeah. So we need to save out our experience point. So then we can finally... Okay. We can finally win. Okay, so we have this low inflation penalty that we have to solve with reduce. So we can do this. So replace low inflation, moderate inflation. What does it do? We can gain... So this one will increase the inflation for the time being. But as you move down the focus tree, I think eventually all the... I believe as you move down the focus tree, the thing will eventually be removed, the debuff. Modern state. So we are going to increase the inflation. Replace with moderate. Or should we do something else? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll gain 1 research slot. Enter the academia. Okay, we'll gain some research slot. Okay, now we have to increase our defense. Infantry defense. We also need to speed our industry up. Let's increase our construction speed.